How's it going, YouTube? Hanging out in my messy garage. It's a super chilly Sunday morning. It's like 12 or 13 degrees outside. It's maybe like 30 in my garage right now, maybe 35. I got a fire going on the wood stove, as you can probably hear. It's just kicked on a minute ago, so hopefully it'll warm up in here fairly soon. Got a ton of stuff to do on the 83 245 today. I'll run you through the workbench right now and show you what I got. Alright, so, big thank you to my buddy Michael. He hooked me up with these torque rods and these bushings. I had a coworker at work press them off and put the new ones on. So I'm planning on throwing these on the wagon today. I've got a set of the GT sway bar from that 242 parts car that I had sitting outside in one of my previous videos. I got a set of bushings from IPD, and I got a set of engine mounts and training mounts, and apparently I ordered 2 of those because money is free and I just like spending, so... yeah, so I'm going to hopefully knock out some of this stuff today. I got some new sway bars too, and I got a set of LED reverse lights because I really like seeing when I back up at night. I'm probably only going to throw one in right now because my taillight is busted over here and I'd rather not burn out like a $10 LED bulb. So I keep trying to find a taillight. I found a few sets on eBay, but just haven't really found anything that seems reasonable for what they are. So if you know of any of these that are for sale, let me know. I got to do a little bit of wiring on this old girl too. The wiring harnesses all over here are all split. You can probably see that a little bit. So I got no license plate lights right now. And then the rear wiper arm doesn't work at all. So that is probably going to be a project for a later day. My buddy Alex is heading over here in a little bit, and we're going to be throwing an engine in his Toyota Tercel. So going to be a busy day wrenching. Hopefully I'll have time to knock everything out that I need to knock out. I also shined these up. These are off that parts car that I had as well, that 242. I basically just used glass cleaner and some wipes and stuff like that on it. It was really all I did. There was tons of like moss and all kinds of weird, creepy stuff growing on it. So it's definitely not perfect, but it's a lot better than it was. And it's better than the taillights that are currently on that 244 outside, because those are cracked and like taped over and stuff like that. So I'm hoping to get some polish and like a little polishing wheel or something like that to run on my drill to kind of try to shine them up a little bit more. Chemical Guys keeps giving out contests for like buckets of free stuff, and so I keep entering those. Fingers crossed I'll score something someday. But yeah, alrighty, well I guess let's get rolling. Here's the reason she needs engine mounts. And it's not that bad. There's definitely been worse in existence. But I'm not going to go full on roadkill and just zip tied together. I do plan on pulling these out. This cross member right here is actually for my 262 Bertoni. It's got a bit of a notch right here for the front fuel bowl for the 4150 carb that I got inside of it. But, yeah. Anyway, we'll keep rolling. Figured I should probably tackle the issues by what's most important first. So, first things first is sway bar. Of course, that's the most important. Well, thankfully that came out fairly easily. The sway bars aren't that much thicker, but I don't know. Other Volvo people have said that it makes a huge difference, so we'll see what happens. I'm definitely thankful that I bought sway bar bushing or end links because can't get the camera to focus, but the passenger side over here completely snapped the minute the impact hit it. So yeah, I'm gonna swap those out. Another thing I'd eventually got to do very soon is that, because it's super sketchy. But I don't really want to have to rebuild these brake lines because it's a pain in the ass. So yeah, alrighty, well, we'll get this new sway bar on and keep rolling. Alright, well, we are officially in business. It seems fairly good enough. I said not to make them until they're not bulging. Bottom one's kind of bulging a tad. Got these all fairly greased up and in place. So yeah, thankful I bought tie rod ends because these things are definitely, or tie rod ends, boo! Sway bar end links because these things are definitely not great. So I'm gonna plan on, I got a set of springs over here, and new control arm bushings, and in and out of tie rod ends, and brakes, and the whole 9 yards. So eventually when the time comes, I'm going to plan on taking all these out and bringing them to work, and I'll bead blast all the springs, and bead blast the struts, and paint them all up. I got new bearings for these too, and new seals, and the whole 9 yards. So that'll eventually be in the works, but not going to be till it's a little bit warmer outside. Especially in the wintertime, I really don't want to be down a vehicle with snow coming. I mean, my Toyota's been very reliable, but at my luck, I take this thing down for 3 days, something goes wrong, and then I'm carless. So I'll wait till the summertime when I got more options and more cars to drive. So, yep, alrighty. I think next up is probably going to be the torque rods. So let's crawl underneath the backside and knock those out and see how that looks. Alright, kind of hard to see, but here's my original torque rods over here. The bushings definitely don't look super great. Realistically, a lot of the bushings in this car are super clapped out, so I plan on doing all of them, I mean, at least as many as I possibly can before Lemons, because I really don't want to be dealing with loud, clunky suspension on Lemons Rally. I may see about getting my work to rebuild this drive shaft. I'm not sure. Carrier bearing bushing is definitely not the worst thing I've seen in the world, but it's definitely not great. But one thing I got to address is this exhaust. You can see I tried to put like a little bit of a paste on it to try to hold it in place, and that worked about as well as you'd expect. It's busted up here and busted over here, but I do have a complete exhaust kit. Oliver, the guy I got this car from, gave me a whole full exhaust kit with it, so I plan on knocking this out at some point in time. It's just a matter of finding a hoist, realistically, to do it on. So anyway, let's go knock out some torque rods. Well, I had recorded a cool time-lapse video of me pulling them out, but apparently somebody called me and killed it like 10 seconds into it, so not want to make a video of that. But here's the old bars. You can see the bushings are pretty well clapped out. This is the passenger or driver's side right here. This is the passenger side. I already got one completely bolted back in right now, so I'm gonna go take the other one, which is, oh, it's right here, and go ahead and slap that in and keep on rolling. I think this car's gonna feel a ton better with this and the sway bar in the front. But yeah, all right. Alright, it's probably a little difficult to see, but I got the torque rods on and all torqued down and all set and ready to go. I think next thing up I'm going to do is probably change these panhard bushings and then these control arm bushings too, because you can see these are pretty well cooked. Same with the bushings over here, but yeah, pretty excited to see how she drives with these all set up. I definitely got to do the rear brakes here eventually on this thing. The pads are fairly decently new. No, actually the pads are junk. Never mind. Must be the front ones that I'm thinking. Yeah, really got to do these. We'll do that soon. Very soon, actually. I'm going to probably order those up today. But and then maybe I'll see how much these bushings are back here for this and get those all ordered up too. I think this thing might have some like IPD overload springs. You can kind of see there's a little bit of blue on them. And I think this pack of springs right here is a little bit more than the normal springs, but I could be wrong. If these are IPDs for sure, or if you can tell, let me know. I've been thinking about ordering up a set if they're not. Yeah, so, well, what's next? I think I'm going to go knock out a tranny mount now, and maybe an engine mount, and maybe a door handle, because my passenger front door handle doesn't work anymore, because I broke it, because I'm an idiot, but, alrighty, cool, let's keep moving. Alright, well, I got the tranny mount swapped out. A little bit of a pain to get it in, unfortunately. I'm calling right here. I just went the wrong way, but the, bolts for it, for the new mount, were not the same thread pitch, so I had to run to the hardware store and go pick up a couple, and the drawback was I left my wallet at my toolbox at work, so I had to dig through all my change and make it happen, but it is what it is. I actually ripped this wire over here, I repaired it and heat shrink wrapped it. Wow, I can't make words. But I'm not really sure what this is for. This doesn't really look OEM. I'm assuming this is for like the aftermarket cruise control system, because that doesn't look factory at all. But anyway, so got a handful of stuff done today. Pretty pumped. I got my buddy Alex is coming over here in a few minutes. We are going to be throwing an engine in his Toyota, so I'm going to probably wrap this video up here. I got to throw the belly pan on and stuff like that. But yeah, super geeked. Feels good to make some progress on this car. Hopefully I'll knock the struts out in another week or two, because those desperately need to get rebuilt. And then I got to get the rear brakes obviously gone through, because those are shot. So that's going to be a project for the future. But I'll probably make a video for that when that comes. I'm really hoping to get some wax and some clay and stuff like that. And I don't really know all the words for detailing, and basically do a good buff on this paint. My buddy Seth did this spot right here, and it looks so nice. So obviously she's old and she's rusty and crusty, but if I make that paint pop just a little bit more, it'll be pretty nice. I also got a new front seat. Well, it's not really new. It's just a used front seat I got from a local guy. So the padding's not quite as good in this as it is in the passenger seat that I was running over there. So I may do some research on that in the TurboBricks forums, which I've heard is the best. But if you know of another Volvo related forum, please shoot me a comment down in the section, because I'd love to find them. I got to join and subscribe or whatever it is to that forum yet, but yeah, I'm super pumped. I did get the LED light plugged in, or LED reverse light plugged in that one spot back there, so I'll quick toss the keys in it real quick and show you that, because that is way bright. This is the factory one over here, and that's the LED over here. I know this probably isn't the best analogy because it's in the garage, but you can see the light output difference. I love this brand of light bulbs. Actually, an Instagram friend of mine is the one that got me in contact with them. So I've bought them on Amazon before. They're also available on eBay, but check these things out. They're serious, just like they say they are. So yeah, anyway, really, I appreciate you guys watching. I know these videos are kind of crappy. Hopefully I can get a computer someday soon and get an actual camera, so every time I'm recording, it won't cut off as soon as I get a message or a text or anything like that. But yeah, stay tuned for the next one. I really appreciate you guys watching, and maybe I'll get that 945 in here sometime soon and blow through some stuff on that. Hope you guys are having an awesome weekend, and have an awesome week, and I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching. Alright guys, I figured I'd quick give you an update on a test drive before I finish the video. I'm out, I ran to the grocery store down the road from here, and holy crap. I don't know if it's a combination of the front sway bar and the bars in the back, but this thing feels like $1,000,000 now. It's so much tighter when I take corners. I'm completely blown away. I can't wait till I rebuild the struts and do the tie rods and the ball joints and everything else in the front end, and I do plan on getting a set of Yoshi Fab chassis braces. I think that'd be really beneficial for this car too, and they're not outrageously expensive. Another thing I got to monkey with is this. For some reason, this bulb over here flickers like crazy. It's a set of LEDs that I got from Wagonmeister. I pulled it out today and bent the tabs back a little bit, hoping it would straighten out some, and well, it's maybe a hair better, but it's still definitely being finicky. So yeah, well, that's another thing to fix another day. Not critically or the end of the world or keeping it from running, but anyway, yeah, I just wanted to give you guys that quick update. I'm blown away. I would highly recommend getting a set of GT sway bars for any 240. I'm now going to be on the hunt for another set now for that 245 or the 244 sedan that I got, because man, this thing's crazy nice. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks a ton.